The New York Rangers end up losing their first game of the 2024-2025 NHL preseason to the New Jersey Devils after getting off to a very good start overall as a team, having a 3-0 start there, winning 2 games against the Boston Bruins and 1 against the New York Islanders so far this preseason. So off to a pretty good start there, obviously. Then end up losing this game here to the Devils, but still 3-1, not too bad. And preseason doesn't matter too much there, but it is still nice to see your team win. And obviously, especially when the prospects are out there and the young guys, when they're doing good, that's kind of the main thing that I really like to see. But in general, their 3-1 start, those teams look pretty good so far, and a lot of the prospects have definitely shined as well and really kind of made their mark so far while playing in a New York Rangers jersey. And of course, in today's video, I'll be giving you a big recap and full kind of in-depth breakdown on this game, especially with a lot of the prospects playing in this one, as we did see the New Jersey Devils pretty much bring, I believe, like 26 players over to Czechia over in Prague there, as they're going to be playing the Buffalo Sabres a couple games over there in Europe to start their regular season. So they brought 26 of their obviously NHL kind of main guys there over to Prague in Europe. So a lot of the main guys are not going to obviously play in this game, as well as the other preseason game later on as well between the Devils and Rangers. So we didn't see a lot of NHL versus NHL kind of matchups here. We saw a lot of prospects from the Rangers side, and a lot of kind of minor league guys, kind of the same thing as the Devils there. Not really much kind of NHL talent, not kind of true NHL guys, but a lot of prospects and kind of minor league guys. So still a pretty entertaining game for the most part there, although the Rangers did end up losing this one, but still pretty decent game there. And overall, it's still preseason there, so it doesn't matter too much there, but it is interesting to see the prospects and how they perform. And in this one, we ended up seeing Jonathan Quick start for the Rangers. He ended up playing the entire game and didn't have the greatest performance, but he is a veteran goaltender, obviously a backup guy. He's definitely been around for a long time, so he's not someone who I really care about at all. I mean, most players don't really care about their performance in preseason NHL guys, kind of what they do for the most part there, but especially a guy like Quick there. He's a veteran guy. He's definitely someone who I'm not too worried about with what he does throughout this preseason, but he still made some decent saves here and there, but definitely was not at his best. Then the backup was Louis Domingue there, but he did not feature at all. And the goaltender for the Devils was Jeremy Brodeur, who is Martin Brodeur's son. Then for the prospects in this game for the Rangers, we ended up seeing some very good ones and some of the kind of higher tier guys as well. We got Brennan Othman, Adam Sikora, Bryce McConnell-Barker, Yaroslav Melash, Dylan Rubrek, Brett Berard, Adam Edstrom, and Victor Mancini. And for the other guys who featured in this game but aren't really prospects, we have Connor Mackey, Bo Grew, Anton Blade, Madison Bowie, Adam Ernie, Jonathan Quick, Casey Fitzgerald, Nate Sussey, Brandon Scanlon, Blade Jenkins, Blake Hillman, Louis Domingue, obviously the backup, and then that's it. So still some decent guys there who are going to probably play, in the AHL. There, a guy like Bo Grew could possibly feature at some point if we really have to kind of go down the depth chart for centers. He could be a guy, still only 24, decent guy to have down there in the AHL as well. So a lot of these guys are going to feature in the AHL. Adam Ernie, a decent kind of NHL vet guy, but is on a PTO, professional tryout right now. So we'll see what happens there. Maybe get signed to an AHL deal, which would not be bad at all. And now for some of my thoughts on some of the prospects that played in this game. I think Adam Sikora actually had a very good game there and definitely was noticeable out there. Obviously not going up against some actual, true kind of a bunch of NHL talent there, but still going up against some good pros. And I thought he played pretty good there. I mean, created some really good scoring chances, I thought. Made some with his overall playmaking ability there, his vision, his offensive talent there. I mean, he may be a really good kind of two-way guy, a really solid defensive kind of guy for the most part, but he also does have a pretty solid offensive game as well. His playmaking ability definitely was part of this game I saw, so I thought that looked pretty good there. That was nice to see. And also with skating ability, he looked pretty fast out there, had that breakaway, although didn't score, still looked decent, so I thought he had a pretty good game, and is a former second-round pick as well, and also is still very, very young, and is coming off of a rookie season with Hartford Wolfpack, and hopefully have a pretty good second year with them in the AHL. Then we also have Brett Berard here, who I thought looked really good. Once again, like Sikora there, had some good scoring chances, created some himself, but also just, used to playmaking ability there to create some for others. So I thought he had a pretty noticeably good game as well. And Victor Mancini and Adam Edstrom there. Edstrom continued to kind of do what he did offensively, create some good chances here and there, although didn't get the job done and actually score a goal, but still, I thought he played pretty good there. But him and Mancini defensively, I thought looked really good in this game there. And, Adam Edstrom, with how tall he is and the reach he has, with how, big his stick is, and obviously with how just tall he is and his reach and stuff, he could be a really good guy to have on the penalty kill there. And that definitely featured in this game with his overall play there on the PK. Him and Mancini, I thought looked really good. So that was definitely nice to see. They looked pretty solid there. And we did end up seeing two New York Rangers prospects make their NHL preseason debut in Bryce McConnell-Barker and Dylan Rubrek. Both those guys played in the OHL last season, and I thought they both played decent there, especially Bryce McConnell-Barker, had a decent chance pretty early on in the game there, so I thought he looked all right for the most part. Rubrek looked all right as well, but Rubrek maybe not as good as McConnell-Barker, but still, for it being their debuts in preseason, not too bad overall. I think in general, it was a decent game there by the Rangers, but unfortunately, they did fall 3-1 in this game. Now, let's get right into the recap there. Starting things off in the first period, we saw Adam Sikora use his speed there. He gets a breakaway on Martin Brodeur's son, Jeremy Brodeur, very early on in this game there, and we end up seeing Jeremy make the stop there as it looked like Adam Sikora was trying to sneak that puck in 5-hole, but Martin Brodeur's son stops that puck. Then we see a little after that, Brian Hallinan of the Devils. He gets a breakaway and ends up being quick. He goes 5-hole and ends up obviously scoring there to make things 1-0 for the Devils. Later on in the first there, we end up seeing another breakaway, this time for the Devils once again, and that was Nathan Lagar. He gets the breakaway there and ends up scoring, beating quick there to make things 2-0. Kind of froze quick up there for a second, beats him, goes right around him there, and that is a 2-0 hockey game. Then we see going on now into the second period where Bo Grew of the Rangers, he ends up coming down there, making a nice pass over to Anton Blid on a 2-0, but Blid ends up missing a pretty much wide open net there that could have made the game, 2-1 there for the Devils. So that would have been a nice goal there to score, but unfortunately Blid cannot bury that pretty much wide open net there, but a nice pass by Bo. And right at the end of the second period, as the buzzer goes, we end up seeing Adam Ernie, who was on a professional tryout with the Rangers. He ends up fighting the first goal scorer of the game, Brian Hallinan. I thought it was a pretty even fight there. Nothing too crazy, though. Definitely wasn't the best fight ever, but wasn't too bad. And I did think that, in the first and second period, we definitely did see quite a few good scoring chances by the Rangers, but they were either missed, like Anton Blid did kind of miss in that wide open net, or they were either stopped by Jeremy Brodeur. So, unfortunately, the Rangers did have some decent chances to the first and second, but could not get the job done. Then we see early on in the third period on the power play for the New Jersey Devils, Kevin Labanc, he ends up scoring to make things 3-0 Devils. And that pretty much kind of ended things there, although the Rangers did end up scoring one later on. But then we saw late in the third period on the power play, Anton Blid once again had a pretty wide open net there, although it was kind of a tight angle. He still missed it, had the open net there. The goalie was not in position to stop it. He missed the shot on the tight angle there, unfortunately, and that kept things at a 3-0 hockey game. But not too long after that, Anton Blid finally scores a goal after having multiple A-plus chances, you could say, in this game. Had some great chances, could not bury it. He finally does right at the end of the game there, not too long after missing the other chance, the power play. He ends up scoring there after getting a very juicy rebound, and that goal was assisted by Brett Berard, who ended up shooting the puck there to create that rebound, and Adam Ernie, who ended up passing it to Berard, who shot the puck. So overall, not bad there by a young prospect in Brett Berard there, getting an assist, helping out Blid there finally get his goal that he definitely kind of needed in this game there after missing a couple good chances. But overall, not a bad game there by the Rangers. I mean, they had some good chances there. It's preseason. This team and lineup for the Rangers was loaded with prospects, so it's not too crazy of a game there. Both teams were having pretty much zero NHLers, or at least confirmed NHLers play, so obviously nothing too crazy in this one. Rangers had a couple guys who could make the team, but for the most part there, it was some AHL guys, some prospects, some minor league guys, and a couple guys who could possibly end up making this team, although I definitely do hope we do see guys like Edstrom and Othman make this team right at training camp, alongside obviously having the backup goaltender in Jonathan Quick. Hopefully he can obviously have another great season with this team. Anyways, I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, definitely hit that like and subscribe button for a ton more New York Rangers content. I'll be posting a lot more recaps and breakdowns. So if you have enjoyed these kind of videos, definitely hit that like button, but also a ton more New York Rangers content on this channel. And don't forget to comment down below your thoughts on this loss. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next one. See ya.